All right, so it's all hip hop here with Miss Jade. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good,
Great.
good. All right, so it's a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm happy to see you back in the game a
Thank
little
you.
bit. First thing I thought was kind of wow, Miss Jade. You one of the dopest for real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Especially from Philly.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the climate right now coming back in?
Um, I'm just happy to be here. I'm
Yeah.
happy to be able to, do it for so long and even, to the naked eye seemingly stay away so long and still be able to do it good.
Yeah. What made you come back? What made you make that decision?
Well, I never really just went completely away. I just, it's just frustrations and a lot of stuff that happened. Like, my best friend got killed. I was in a car accident. Just life really. And then I just decided, like, God didn't give me this gift to just chill on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just decided one day, like, let me just go all the way in.
Right. Now I know you as a lyricist. How do you feel about coming into the game, re-entering from a prominent perspective when lyricism isn't really like looked upon as a real trait, especially for sales?
Right. That's like a hard pill to swallow because I come from that, but you have to adjust. And either you roll with it or get rolled over. So, I just had to figure out how to maintain my level of lyricism and then still, go with the, the new shit. So you gotta, like I said, you gotta either adjust or don't.
Yeah. Do you have an album that's on the way that you could talk about a little bit?
I'm working on an album called Beautiful Mess, and it's like basically just showing, what I've been through, what I'm going through as a woman, and just how one day I might be, the sweetest person, the next day I might be a bitch, the next day I might, be on my thug shit, that one day I might have heels, or I'm just like a mess. I'm all over the place, but it makes me who I am. It makes me the woman that I am. Everything that I've been through or that I go through makes me who I am. So it's like, I'm a mess, but I'm a beautiful mess.
Now, speaking of going through something, you were once signed to Timberland and Missy, both of them, right?
Right.
Okay. Talk about that, because that seemed like a perfect scenario.
Well, I was signed to Timberland and Missy. I was young. I was, just fresh out of high school, and I was happy to be there. So, once you get you fresh off the step and you dealing with somebody of their caliber, they say jump, you say all right. They say, put out this kind of song, you do that, and it was just an experience. Like I was just blessed to be in that experience, like straight off the bat, and being as young as I was. I learned from it. And, I learned a lot. Like, I learned how to flow from Tim. I learned how to make, radio songs. I traveled all over the world. I met people that I never thought that I would meet. I did songs with people that I never thought that I would do songs with. And it was just a good experience for me.
Okay. So there wasn't any downside to it? Like,
I mean, music business is it's a downside and an upside to this shit anyway. But, it was. But now in hindsight, it's just like, I've learned a lot from even those experiences, me not want to, do certain songs or do certain things. It just was like a learning experience. So now I know what not to do, what to do, how to go about different things now.
What's your relationship with them now?
We're cordial. We speak. I speak to Tim from time and time again, and Missy sometimes.
Okay. Talk about working with Jay-Z. Were you in the booth with him?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't, but it still was like it was like a surprise. Tim surprised me with it. We kind of talked about it, me doing it, the counting off joint, and I was like, the song was done. And so Tim was like, I was like, it would be dope if Jay get on here. He was like, yeah, but he don't really do features with chicks that he not signed to. That's not signed to him. So I'm like, all right. So I thought it was just, he just wasn't going to do it. And the next time I came up to my session, he like, I got something for you. He played it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I heard him say, I was like, wait a minute. So it was like a surprise for me. And he told me the story that Jay did the joint, and he was like, it's crazy. I want to get on. He did it. he left, went to a club, came back and did his verse over because he felt like I could do better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, that's crazy.
So he recorded his verse first,
yeah,
knowing that you was gonna bring it.
Yeah, well, mine was already done.
Oh.
So he did it, and then he left, and he came back and he erased his and did it again.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he knew he had to come correct.
Yeah. So I was like that. He was like, he never does that. I was like, that was dope.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you mentioned some of the things you had been through. Talking about Philly a little bit, you know, Philly is crazy.
Right.
And being from Delaware, I used to hang out there a lot. It was crazy then.
Right.
How has it changed since you know, come up, got signed, and now, you know, where's Philly?
I think that we've always been a music city, never a music business city. So it's like it's a bunch of rappers, it's a bunch of, you know, dope rappers too, but I think the business is just not there. Like I said, we just always been a city with spitters. Like that's where we come from. We come from raw. Like you gotta be dope. You have to be dope to make it out there. And we that nigga whack or such and such is whack or you know what I'm saying. We're so judgmental because we come from the top of the top when it comes to like lyrics and all that. But it's just, you know, I think it's just a good city, but music wise is you have to go somewhere else, it seems like, to pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always been like that. And it's not, you know, it's not to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just the thing.
Right. It's funny. I find it funny that people forget that Philly held Jade down.
Right.
Through his worst beefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Beefs,
like we ain't play. Listen, when we rock with you, we rock with you.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. And even with, you know, now, like with Meek and, you know, his success and everything, it's still like he got bigger when he left and then came back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but now we have like, you know, a new generation of representative, which is him. So you can't forget, you know what I'm saying? Like he holding it down really.
Yeah. So, you know, are we gonna hear you spitting bars? Like, I know the temptation is to dumb it down, right? But can we, you know what I mean? Like, I want to hear the ladies represented properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can reestablish. The temptation is
definitely to dumb it down, but it's not my temptation. Like,
okay.
I'm off that. I mean, I still want to show that I can fit with what's going on, but still, like I said, maintain my level of lyricism because that's what I am. I can't erase that.
Okay. Now, how do you feel? I mean, I know there's a lot of commentary about female MCs. Do you feel any kind of way about that to represent or why we can't get more females?
I mean, it's always got to be just one female. And when it comes to men, it's like you got different type of artists as men. Like you got your Wiz, your Snoops, you got your J. Cole's, your Hoves, your Meeks, you know what I'm saying? But when there's a woman, it's always like it's got to be one. And I think that people have to open their minds up and say, all right, well, Keisha don't sound like Shantae and Shantae. You know what I'm saying? Like it gotta like it's different artists for different ears.
Right.
And so I think if the powers that be and the people command different artists and support them, then it'll be more women.
How you feel coming through nowadays with no cosign? Like, you know, before you had the ultimate cosigns. Now you kind of just you coming through on your own accord. How do you feel about that?
I feel grown.
Yeah.
I feel like it's cool because I'm able to back up. Even if you want to go back to those cosigns, I've always been able to back it up. Like when I got a deal, I ain't have a cosign. Right. You know what I'm saying? So and then after that, it was, you know, she was with Tim or whatever. But I feel like I'm able to do it. I can stand on my own. I can stand it.
Yeah. What advice would you give the old you? What would you tell that person?
I would say embrace every moment because it happened so fast and so quick for me that I didn't get a chance to take it in. Like embrace everything. Embrace every city you go to, every opening act, every time somebody asks you for an autograph, every time, you know, somebody say they love you, embrace it and take it in and give back their love.
Yeah. So what do you think about like Nicki Minaj? Like, I mean, she's still at the top, but in my opinion, it doesn't even come off like a hip hop thing anymore. I don't know. Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but a lot, and that's just not her. That's other artists too. It just feels like it's mass pop hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that now, because it's so, and it's a good thing in a way. You're able to do a bunch of things as like, I feel like rappers are singing now, singers is rapping now. Like, it's just a big mesh of music.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I gotta say about that.
Yeah. Will we get any guest appearances on the album?
I'm working on some dope ones. Like, I want all the guest appearances to mean something. To be either like on my wish list or something that just makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something that I feel like such and such would be dope on this. But yeah, we working on it.